Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Smash Dispatch podcast. Today is a very, very special episode because it happens to be on the same day as Smash Ultimate's 2-year anniversary. Holy shit.
It went by so fast,
2 years.
Dude. It doesn't even feel like 2 years. It feels like a year.
Yeah,
man.
it's crazy. Yeah, it honestly does feel like a year. Like, it's weird that it's 2 years old. It's crazy.
Well, I don't know, maybe it felt so fast just because of, current goings-ons. It felt like this year just sort of was in a weird time space, but it definitely, it's crazy, so much has happened just since, Min came out, Like, that's how the year sort of kicked off, wasn't it? Or, well, Byleth was around...
Byleth, yeah.
Yeah, Byleth came out in January, right? That's great. Dude, Byleth feels like they came out last year. Am I wrong?
I know, it's crazy. Yeah, no, I can't believe Byleth came out this year. It's still
so
unreal.
Weird. Oh my god.
It really is, and it broke the internet. And we started the year with a bad break of the internet, and then the end, at least with Steve, it was like a nice break of the internet. But yeah, no, it's still crazy. And what's wild too is I remember when Smash Ultimate was being promoted and coming out and all that. I was I remember being like, man, I don't know if they're gonna do a season pass for this one. There's almost 80 characters. I don't think they necessarily need to, right? So the fact that not only have we gotten a season pass and we're on season pass 2 and the game's still going with new stuff, new content, new costumes, and all that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Kind of crazy.
We always kind of assumed there's probably gonna be DLC because it's Smash 4 DLC.
Yeah, character
but
tour.
The fact that we're on a second season that's bigger than the last one is crazy, and we only have two characters showing.
Dude. We got 4 more to go, and of course, we will later down the line of this episode do our predictions for what might be announced at the Game Awards, because it's not unprecedented for Smash to be there. But yeah, no, it's crazy because today, to me, the Smash Ultimate launch night is still the best Smash launch night because it was the Game Awards night. We got Joker revealed as our first DLC character. We had an orchestrated version of Lifelike, being played at the Game Awards, and then it launched at midnight. It was such a perfect night.
During the Game Awards too, they were advertising Smash right now, available in 3 hours or 2 hours. It's
That was so cool. That was awesome.
My launch experience was I was watching the Game Awards at home with in a call with some friends, and I think around closer to midnight-ish is when I started heading over to the GameStop, and
right.
People were we were waiting inside. They had a Smash 4 set up, and it was just a nice chill thing. They had the Game Awards on an iPad or something. They didn't have it on the screen. Right. People were watching the Game Awards, and we were okay, just chilling, because we didn't really think anything was really gonna happen. But it was just fun, because it's the Game Awards. It's just fun to watch, no matter what.
Yeah.
And so when Joker got announced, the manager was oh my god, it's Joker, and everyone in the store was oh, and people ran out of the store it was crazy, dude. The GameStop exploded. So cool. And
that's
I
crazy.
got I had my friends call me holy shit, did you see that? Holy shit, oh
that's
my god,
awesome.
I will never forget that was crazy.
Yeah, that's the best way to experience. For me, I remember I was watching it, and when Joker popped, I was oh, this is going to be Persona 5 Arena. I have my reaction video is so weird because it's just me filming my face because I wasn't streaming back then. So I was just filming my face and be oh, this is Persona 5 Arena. Holy shit. And then, they do the part where the letter flips and I'm oh my, I'm losing my mind. I almost passed out. It was insane. And I remember then midnight drops. My friend is at my place and we literally just play into 4 a.m. and he went to sleep because he was fuck it, I'll just sleep here. And I remember sitting in my bed with my Switch just playing it until 6 a.m.
I did not sleep. I tried to unlock every character in one sitting.
Oh my god.
That night. That was crazy. Jesus. Yeah, I think when the game dropped, people figured out that there was some fast way to unlock everybody by you played Fox. And it was weird. It was there's something distance traveled or something. So you played Fox. You sat in a 5-minute or a 5-stock game, and you just dashed around really fast, and then you started unlocking stuff like crazy. But that's so but that's basically what
It's so weird.
I remember.
What the fuck? Oh my god. Yeah, no, because especially for me, I remember at launch being like, okay, this is the time where I don't mess with online that much shit. This is where I'm gonna... I like to always just get the single player content out the way, because I know anyway I'm gonna be doing multiplayer for the rest of my days in this game. So just jumping between the classic mode, which is awesome, and jumping through World of Light, and jumping through spirits, and unlocking characters. And do you remember at launch when, like... It was weirdly difficult to beat a fucking character
AI
again.
to unlock characters was brutal. I remember specifically.
Yeah.
I was like, I was Snake. I was playing as Snake. I don't remember why. I was playing as Snake, and I think I got the pop up to get Ganon. No. I was playing as Ganon, and I got the like unlock for Snake. And the Snake CPU, like, just gimped me with, like, grenades, and, like, he like, legitimately, like, just outplayed me completely. I was like, what the hell? Like, I had never seen AI that smart before.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I feel like they were on, like, level 12 instead of 9. Like, they were doing some crazy stuff. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny that they adjusted that, but, like, I don't know, that was kind of like the fun experience of everybody, like, who did you unlock, the AI is fucking crazy, like, everyone having that like, mutual experience was just really, really great.
Exactly. Yeah, no, and again, like, to this day, like, this Smash game to me is, like, I still think it's just definitively the best Smash. Like, I think by just sheer mechanics and obviously volume of characters
and fan service,
and stages and fan service and everything.
I like, the first thing I did was I went to Fountain of Dreams, because that's my favorite Smash stage, and, you know, it's been gone since Melee. It didn't come back in Smash 4, didn't come back in Brawl, and I always love that stage. The stage is gorgeous, and, like, to see it back in Ultimate, where it was like, with the classic music, and it looked so much prettier, like, the water had actual reflections.
Yeah, it was
I was like,
gorgeous.
Oh my god, like, I was just, like, had to take it in, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, it's such a it's so beautiful. Yeah, the revamped stages, everything were so good, and like even like just like it was crazy again. Just how I remember playing it and be like, this game is so fucking fast, and it's like it just feels so good to play. It's on those games.
Was like I had to adjust to it because Smash 4 was such a slow game, you know.
Yeah, it's crazy. And, like, yeah, you think I'm looking at, like, the first Fighter Pass. Like, obviously, we got Piranha Plant in January, which was really funny. And then, yeah, getting Joker was, like, that was such a crazy night, too, to see that. And then Hero was such a weird mix. And, like, we finally got Banjo. Like, this is a character that's been requested literally since, like, fucking I guess Brawl days, because Melee back then people weren't necessarily requesting characters as much. But yeah, since Brawl, like, where's Banjo?
It's crazy. I mean, that was genuinely one of the best E3 presentations from Nintendo. Like outside of Smash, I think that presentation had a ton of stuff, because I'm pretty sure Breath of the Wild 2 was teased. There was a lot of other stuff in that presentation. That was such an amazing one, and it's crazy to think that is potentially the very last one. That's crazy, right? The last in terms of Nintendo E3 presentation. That's potentially the very last one that we'll ever see, and it went out like that, you know?
That's crazy. Yeah, and it's like, I think what was cool is like even just like how it like, yeah, the next character was like Terry, and Terry's a character that's like so important to fighting game history, but was such a question mark to people that don't like that don't care about SNK. So like playing him and people loving him and people seeing how much, especially like the Sakurai presents that started from Hero on, were like people just wanted more, right? Because I remember Joker had the very like like very clean presentation where it's the guy who narrates the videos being like, all right, so here's the move, so here's this, where it's like having Sakurai be like, hey, I'm gonna walk you through this, I'm gonna make my jokes, I'm gonna make my little commentary. It just added so much more life
and
again,
personality
it's like,
too, like because you have Sakurai's like his connection to it, et cetera, which is really, really cool. Yeah, like,
exactly.
And in retrospect, like Fighter Pass 1 was insanely good. Like, even though I know, like, in retrospect, I think Byleth does really cool things. I like them as a character, and I think that I would like to see that character come back because they are very unique. They have interesting mechanics. I think it's just I just think if Byleth was not the last character, if Byleth was in the middle, like in the middle, or like was the first character, Well, not the
Yeah.
first. I think in the middle. I think if Bailu was in the middle, people would just like it would have been washed over because it'd been like, oh, hero. And then, okay, I don't know how I feel about Bailu, but Banjo's coming up next. Blah blah blah.
Exactly,
and if it ended with Terry or if it ended with Banjo, I think people's reception to Bailu would be a lot more tame. But people, the problem with Bailu being last was the expectations for that Fighter's Pass were astronomical. Astronomical.
Yeah, they're like, yeah. They were like, holy shit, bro, if this is ending, we're gonna go OD. And yeah, like, it was, yeah, I think, yeah, the biggest issue with Byleth aside, like, is it's stuff not, like, specifically against the character. It's the fact that there's a lot of Fire Emblem characters in the game, and it's the fact that it was the ender of the past, where people had a shit ton of expectations, you know? But to me, like, what's also cool is Smash is one of the few fighting games ever where the DLC isn't about returning characters, you know, like not a mix of new and old, right? It's purely new, so it makes things exciting.
Yes, at this point, yes. And that's crazy because, again, think of Smash 4's DLC, Lucas,
it's Mewtwo, like Lucas, Mewtwo,
Roy. They were the DLC that came back. And people wanted those characters back, and they were returned as DLC. But in this game, because everyone, quote unquote, everyone was here, we knew that everyone else added for DLC was going to be an original character, which is, you know, that's another layer of hype to the Fighters Passes. We already know it's going to be someone who hasn't been in a Smash game before, you know.
Yeah, no, that's why it just makes everything more exciting, you know, like it makes everything mysterious. It's not people speculating, oh, who's coming back. It's who could it be? And I think we all agree now after especially Steve or Banjo or whoever, like the gloves are off for literally any character from any company, anything to be added in the game, as long as they really think they can nail the moveset and stuff like that. So, and of course, we'll do some speculation towards the end. But yeah, like even just I'm just happy that Smash Ultimate has just a nice hype cycle. You know, it's still really sad to me in a way that like this is probably we're kind of living history where I don't think we're gonna see something like this again for a long time. You know, everyone
just
is here
in terms of fighting
really...
games in fighting games in general. Yeah, there's not gonna be anything like this game. That's why I appreciate the amount of longevity they're trying to give it, because you know, it deserves all the support. And I think what you were saying earlier is like, yeah, it's like I do think that of course there's going to be Smash games in the future. We don't know how much Sakurai will be involved or et cetera, et cetera. And I think if I'm okay going forward of something like this not happening for a very long time, because in my head I think now that we're at this peak, I think you kind of have to restructure, right? And we had an episode about this where it'd be like a future Smash game. I think obviously you tone down the roster, but you sort of revamp a lot of the older characters who like really need it, like your Donkey Kongs, your Marios. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. No. Exactly. That's like, you know, I would almost. I don't want to like make this into a Melee thing, but like just I would like the idea that we have a future Smash game which is like, you know, it's rebooted, everything's very different, everything's weird, and Smash Ultimate can continue to like exist with it in some way, because just like it'll be its own thing where it has all those characters. I agree.
I think Ultimate, you know, Ultimate is not going to be like Smash 4, like, because, you know, Smash 4 was replaced, and it was pretty much because of the reason, like, well, all the characters are back, and Smash 4 was just sort of on its last lifespan because of it was not being properly supported. And I feel like this game is a lot better supported in terms of that, in terms of patching, even in that regard too. And so I think Ultimate will hang around. I think, you know, in the future, you know, we'll probably still have Melee in some capacity. We'll still have Smash Ultimate. We'll have the new game. And I think those will be like your 3D games that a lot of events are still going to try and run for sure. Yeah.
I mean, if Melee still exists, I think Nintendo will snipe down every copy of Melee ever. Just shoot them away if they catch you with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously anything with Melee is gonna be, you know, in person. I mean, like, you know, they obviously, you know, ever since 2013 EVO when they got that backlash, they haven't had they haven't gone after any physical Melee tournaments, to
Yeah,
my
exactly.
knowledge.
No,
so
of course not.
they are okay with it being physical. Just sucks that we're in a period again that we can't do physical. But I'm sure in the future when everything is safe to do it again, and Melee events will still go on, there'll be grassroots, etc. So again,
sure.
but
sure.
I would like to see Ultimate continue and have a lasting legacy of just because of everything it did. And also related to Ultimate, I also wanted to say that I think in terms of pre-release, I think in terms of the pre-release cycle for Ultimate, all the building the hype and reveals and everything, I think this was better than Smash 4 because I don't barely anything leaked in this game. I think the Belmonts leaked. Well, Simon leaked. Nobody expected Richter, but this game was very tight on solid leaks. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
There were a lot of people I have insider info, which this and this character, but those. But here's the thing about that. Again, that's not definitive proof. That's not a major leak like the ESRB leak for Smash 4, if you remember that. We didn't have anything like that, and I'm very, very happy.
Well, not just that. I think to me it's because I remember Smash Ultimate. It was a year and a half. It was announced at E3. And then it came out the next next September because of Smash 4. So it's it was a long period of news dropping and stuff. Whereas here, the game was announced in March and came out in December. And to me, that more condensed hype was better, right? I think you pump out more hype in there without necessarily this long waiting period for when the game comes out. You know what I mean? And I think Nintendo does that more often than usual now, which I like. I like these shorter announcement cycles because that way you don't have to build an insane amount of expectations. And if you do, it's in a short span of time and people get really excited and it's worth it at the end. So it's I think in terms of the hype cycle, it was short, and in a good way, it keeps going thanks to these DLC characters, And again, the fact that we have 4 more that are potentially running up to December 2021, it's really cool to just think we've still got time to speculate and think about choices out there.
And that is the other thing that, I think the other really, really good part of the Ultimate sort of pre-release period was because we went in knowing every previous character would be returning. There was no discussion, no worry of who gets cut, who's not coming back, blah, 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 blah. Because, again, every other game prior had cut characters specifically for reasons, one way or the other. But now we were okay, playing field is leveled. Everyone prior is coming back, so who really can we put in that's new? You know what I mean? And that made discussion so much more fun as opposed to, well, they'd never bring this character back. This character's getting cut, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Exactly.
It's again, like we said, it's all gloves out to figure out who's next and stuff. And I love also the I like how people now get excited for me costumes, the premium ones, to see what happens. They're what the Santa's in Smash. What the fuck?
Yeah, that is actually such a
crazy.
Good point, and that's something that I've never really thought about because before, I guess prior to Sans, me costumes are haha, that's nice. What a nice little nod. Or they came back from Smash 4, too. That was another one. Oh, this was in Smash 4. It's nice that they're bringing this one back. But then Sans happened, and now Mii costumes, I think, are, almost as important to people as assist trophies and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah, they literally, it's literally just a skin with just a pre-rolled moveset that a character has. That literally looks like Santa's in the game, right? Cuphead literally looks like he's in the game. Bomberman literally looks like he's in the game.
It's a cool way. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, the Vault Boy too. It's crazy. Yeah, no, I think they've done really smart, interesting things to keep the content going. There is obviously stuff we think they can improve for the future. I think we can bring that up now because that was part of this. Yeah, no, obviously, with this game, I think the biggest thing they could still improve upon would be, online, right? I think that's the biggest thing, especially nowadays with a heavy usage of online due to pandemic stuff and all that stuff. It's I think online is still the strongest, weakest point, right? I like having the Smash rooms where you can have a bunch of people in there. That's a really cool idea. But, I just want at least some stuff, like, again, like, being able to have multiple rooms, like, multiple matches going on, or, like, for example, having it so that the host of the room always stays in the arena, because that is such a bitch for playing with viewers, where, like, oh, someone beats you, you get knocked out of the ring, someone else goes in, oh, wait, I want to switch characters, oh, that kicks that person out of the ring, it has to restart, you have to re-coordinate. It's, like, it's a lot of very, like, little frustrating things with how, like, the room system works, and obviously, like, what's the score thing called? Global Smash Power,
GSP,
whatever.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's crazy.
GSP,
yeah,
like,
that's another thing. It's weird to me that I personally think Smash 4 had a better online experience than Ultimate. Now, I think lobbies are very nice in Smash Ultimate, but I feel like it's a lot of fluff. It's a lot of like, oh, this is a nice visual, and then you can change the music and blah blah blah. But I don't know, like, I never had problems with lobbies in Smash 4. And Smash 4, I think, splitting it for fun and for glory, I mean, I think that made a lot of sense, and it made a lot more simple. Like, I understand the appeal of preferred rules. I understand maybe some people just, but like, here's the thing: if you want to like do some stupid ass rule set online, why wouldn't you just like make a lobby or like find a friend and play with those rules? Why would you like subject random people who like don't want to play with those rules to that? And why is that even an option? You know what I mean? Like, I think like nowadays it's a bit better about matching you with people.
It's way better.
Who have your rules. But I remember online at launch, you would just get like whack ass rules, and it was like, why?
I remember that. No, at launch it was like half broken, where I remember like I'd pick 1v1s on like Omega stages, but then like I would be in a 4-player Smash. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Items, and it'd be like, this is the opposite of what I had on for my rules, you know?
This is everything I don't want. And like if someone disconnects, it's the whole situation. So no, they've definitely, like, I could not tell you in the past year and a half or so, me going into like online with strangers where I've gotten one of the shitty rule sets. Like sometimes the one thing that'll happen, not that often, but it'll happen where it's like it ends up being a time match or a 2-stock match, and I'm like, why would you pick 2-stock matches if you're doing like the competitive rule set online? That's really weird.
People stuck in the Smash 4 era with the 2-stock.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, hey man, let's go. And that's still crazy too that we used to do 2 stocks because it was so slow. That's still really funny.
I can't think of a game. I mean, I can't think of a time where I've had a game time out in Ultimate, which is such a a nice breath of fresh air.
It is. Yeah, it's crazy. And like obviously it can improve. Yeah, I'd say like that's the biggest thing. Like, what can it also like learn from other fighting games in that sense? What do you think they can take from?
Well, I think I think for online, specifically, I think I know the whole like there's no one way to play Smash and you can have your own rules thing.
Right.
Makes sense for the game in like in a non-competitive like or a physical setting. But I think for online, I really think there does need to be a specific split because it's not enjoyable for either person in that situation. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly.
People who want to play serious and they get matched against someone who wants to play for fun. Well, the person who wants to play for fun isn't going to like playing with
exactly.
seriously and vice versa. So I think in that regard, do bring back like a proper like a split ranked system. Have GSP sort of carry more weight, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I guess also would be like, obviously. We can just say, oh, we'll improve the netcode, but that's just such an easy like talk, and we sort of talked about that before. I just feel like our consensus on that is, like it would be nice to implement, but how does that take into effect? Like again, because you have to consider the casual crowd. How does that take
exactly.
How would stuff like with rollback account for like
items
stage hazards, items, assist trophies, etc., etc.? Like it just seems very hard to program, and I don't know if it's like something where it's like, oh well, rollback is only enabled in this game. Like I feel like that just isn't how it works. You know what I mean?
I don't think. I don't think rollback is ever going to be.
It is easier to say improve the netcode, but I think from just a programming standpoint, like, it's a lot easier said than done. You know what I mean? In terms of Smash, and other like traditional 2D fighters, I completely understand. I think in Smash, it's nice, but ultimately, it's something that is harder to implement than people think.
Yeah. I also wish some of the more like cool, like interesting modes of that are in the game were online. Like again, I would love if Smashdown was online. That mode where like it eliminates characters.
Yeah. Smashdown, Squad Strike, that's another one.
Yeah, dude, Smash Strike was like that was such a shoo-in to be an online mode. Like I would be playing that so much. Like again, that idea of you each pick 3 characters and it swaps each stock. It's like that's so cool, and I would like love for that to be an online mode. Like that's like it's such a cool idea. I really wonder what the not necessarily thought process is, but like why can't it be translated to online? You know, like just stuff like that where I would like to see.
Same with Smashdown, exactly.
Like,
it just seems like that mode would have. Doesn't seem there's anything really inherently holding back that mode for...
Right. Okay, with Smashdown, I can see the frustration being like, because there's a lot of characters, right? If someone disconnects after you've played like half the cast and gotten rid of them, that could be like a bitch thing, right? Or someone rage quits right at the end or something not even
that. I think... Yeah, I get that aspect, but I think those modes, specifically Smashdown and Squad Strike, those can just be lobby-only modes. Like, I think a lot of people would be cool with that because that's a mode that people want to play with somebody else specifically anyways, you know?
Yeah, that's kind of like always the argument is for like Mario Party of like, why is there no online in Mario Party? Well, because if you do a 30-turn match and someone disconnects after you've been playing for an hour, you would probably scream your lungs out. But keeping it to private lobbies at least would make it so that you at least know who to yell at if they disconnect for being a dick. But yeah, no, like, I mean, they have that in there. I would love, again, like, this is something just a lot of fighting games, not all of them do nowadays, but you have stuff like Street Fighter that does it, or Mortal Kombat does it, or Tekken. Like, costumes. Like, I want character costumes, you know, whether it's paid or free or whatever. Like, it's just weird to me that, like, okay, Mario has a costume, Zero Suit has like like the full clothing or like the bikini clothing, not bikini, but like the half clothing.
You always had Little Mac with like, you know, the alternate outfit.
Yeah,
with the
wireframe.
Yeah, and you know, Wario, of course, that was like the OG who had to. But like, yeah, costumes. You know, you'd think that'd be easy money at the end of the day.
Of course,
but
yeah, everyone would buy it.
Now, I think there's two things. Now, one of them is like just, you know, he said, she said. The other one is, I think, okay, well, the first one is, from what I understand, I have heard somebody tell this to me before, that they asked like a Nintendo rep, and this was like during like E3, when the game was being debuted, because I have a friend who was at that event. And he told me that what they ultimately said to him was, well, then how do you... They don't want to cause a stir on, like, oh, why does this character have more costumes than another character? Now, again, I can't, like, confirm that that's, like, the truth or anything like that, but that was what he had told me at one point. And to me, it's like, I sort of get it, but then it's like, well, what you know, what's a me costumes then? Like, you know, me costumes are going to outweigh at the end, so I don't really think that's super valid. I think that's probably just a PR response. The other one is, I'm sure there are rights things involved, right? Because any modification to a character has to be approved, you know?
Yeah, you're right. I'm
sure,
like, I mean, they could,
like for example, like you know, it'd be an easy like costume change would be wedding Bowser, because you know Mario has his wedding outfit. Why can't we put it on Bowser? Blah blah blah. I'm sure there is like like, you know, we have to go to these certain people to get it approved. Blah blah blah. That sort of thing involved, you know.
But yeah, like again, like it's like it could be that they keep it relegated to first party characters, because obviously with third party, it'd be weird if, like, I don't know, Cloud has a Christmas outfit. I mean, it'd be funny, but I'd be down with it.
Well, I think in regards to third-party characters, people would just, like, they want alternate versions of that character. Like, I know for a fact, I would love if Pac-Man got a Miss Pac-Man costume. Like, or, like, or something to the level of, like, an Alf to an Olimar. You know what I mean?
Absolutely,
for Miss Pac-Man. But I know that won't happen because the rights involved are just, like, so hard. But, like you know, example, another one. Cloud Strife, you could have Zack Fair, which was like, you know, the other soldier guy before him. And that'd be like a cool outfit, but again, we know how strict Square is, so it's hard, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and not just that, the thing is, like, what's it called? Fuck, wait, I lost it for a second. No. Oh, yeah, like, I would like, it's like, we always talk about, like, okay, like, Echo characters were something we want more of. But if you're not going to make an Echo, do something like Alf and Olimar, where it is, like, an alt, like, character, you know what I mean? Like, again, like, I understand if you don't want to make a moveset for, I don't know, like Shadow, but at least make him an alt character for Sonic, you know, or like more stuff like you see with the Koopas, right? Where it's like, and like, because we all, like, I think that's another thing too, like, a very missed opportunity in general were Echo Fighters, right? I remember us being all excited, being like, oh shit, okay, they're categorizing these clone characters and specifically saying they're easier to make so that they could just have more characters, and it's like, I just wish we got more of that.
I wish we got more, and I wish the ones we got were more different. Like, you know what I mean? It's so, what a missed opportunity Echo Fighters was. Because again, you know, it seemed like such an easy shoo-in for like fan requested characters that were just like too similar to other characters. You know what I mean? Like Daisy's a perfect one. Like I love Daisy to death. I was like, you know, but I was always of the opinion, like, well, I don't want, like, Daisy and Smash because she'd just be Peach.
Exactly.
And then they're like, oh, well, with Echo Fighters, we have slightly different characters, but they're the same, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, that's a cool idea. And I was let down in two regards because, number one, certain characters like Daisy and Richter are literally the same. There's no difference. Yeah. You'd think there'd be a minor difference, like with Chrom or bigger was with Ken. I mean, Ken isn't even an Echo Fighter, to be honest with you. But
yeah, Ken's kind of like,
but they call him an Echo, but because, you know, for lore reasons, quote unquote. But like,
yeah, exactly.
It's so funny to me. Like, it's a missed opportunity in two ways. In one of like, there are certain Echoes that are just more different and could be their own character, but they aren't. And there's some Echoes that are exactly the same and could just be costumes. And and then you have like Olimar Alpha. Like, it's so messy. Like, they had a really good, clear opportunity to like set the record straight on this, and they didn't. And the other part that's a big letdown is, where are more of them?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I remember back when they announced it, everyone used to just speculate, being like, okay, we'll probably get a passive Echo Fighters, or we'll probably get free Echo Fighters, and nothing's come to fruition on that. It's just like, it's just sad to see a cool idea like that didn't just get like, I don't know, like, I felt like that could have been a shoo-in for free DLC at least, you know, to keep the people.
Free DLC, like every so often be like, well, hey, well, you know, with this character, or they could have bundled, actually, they could have just bundled Echoes with characters, to be honest with you, because it's such a minor cosmetic thing, you know? Like, that could have been a really good option, too. Like, it's weird, you know? I don't know what...
Oh, yeah, it's like, like, literally, Alf could have been separated, and you give him Rock Pikmin. You give him the white Pikmin,
well, actually,
the poison.
Purple and white Pikmin were not in Pikmin 3. You could have just replaced white and purple with rock Pikmin for Alf. And then there you go, there's your Echo Fighter. Change the property on it. There you go.
Yeah.
He'd be different enough to be warranted as an Echo, but now he's just relegated to costume. It doesn't, but, and then Daisy's the exact same, and she's not a I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. That's definitely a missed opportunity. I think, obviously, like, it's a game that is still so special and has so much content. It's a double-edged sword, right? Because on one hand, it's hard to complain about a game with so many characters, right? But at the same, like, so many characters, so much content, so much things going on, and we're so thankful for Sakurai. But it's just all these little things that we feel like could make it even perfect. Or like, why did they bring that weird? Like, why didn't they bring back proper? I would have loved to see proper target. Is it target smash? Break the targets. Yeah, it's like all these little things where it's like, that would have made it even more ultimate to be like, you know what? We're bringing back break the targets. Here you go. Here's one. Like, not maybe necessarily for every character that's unique, because there's like 80-something characters, but at least like a few templates that can make it really fun to do with a bunch of characters.
I definitely think, like, you know, they did. I think they handled it pretty well in Brawl, because by Brawl, I definitely could understand that it's not, for the amount of development time you'd have to put in terms of the and for what you get back out of it. I definitely think, like, making individual unique stages for every character and Brawl at that point just wasn't feasible. But they did like a half step where they're like, well, here's like 3 or 4 different just template trials, and you can figure out how to go through it the fastest with every character. And the fact that I think something like that, I would love to see return. Does he, you know, just have it? You could use even just like, here's 3. You know, here's 3 different target layouts. Go crazy with every character, because people would still be spending very long time trying to figure out how to go through it the fastest with every character, even if it was just 2 stages. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. No, again, there's like a bunch they can improve on that, and I think that's like, I think obviously every fighting game can learn from stuff, but yeah, it's these little things that would be so cool to just have in there, or like we all speculated, like, okay, what if they added Octolings instead of Inklings? Then they have Splatoon 2 moveset. It's like all these little things that could be better. What else could be? I guess that's kind of the main stuff. The menus are really good. The game itself like runs very well, plays very well. So I think all that's. I think obviously the biggest thing would be online. Like it would be cool to see. All right, here's a massive online revamp. Here's how you can access certain modes easier. Here's how you can do this.
Yeah. So online revamp. Again, I think our segment about like Echo Fighters is just of like, you know, clearly define and have a plan for your characters. Like,
yeah,
because like, you know, they're, you know, like if you look at like at Killer Instinct, towards the tail end of Killer Instinct, they added Kilgore and like Shin Hisako, which were like different versions of Fulgore and Hisako, but they were like individual characters and they were different enough to warrant being a separate slot.
Right.
So then, like, you know, that was very, very clear. Like, again, with Echo Fighters, it's not clear at all. It's extremely murky.
Yeah.
And then also with the modes, like, just, you know, bring back, even if you can't bring it back to, like, the best it can be, like, just, you know, try to bring back the modes that people really, really like. Because people will enjoy, you know, those older game modes. I mean, it's great that we got Home Run Contest back. And it's great that the Stage Builder is probably the best it's ever been. You know, I think people just sorely miss and break the targets.
Exactly. Yeah. We're definitely it's again, like we said, double-edged sword because it's a game with so much content. It's hard to complain.
Yeah, I mean, again, like I said this, like when the game launched, like literally when the game launched, I'm like, anything past the base game is icing on the cake. Like seriously.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. It's like literally even it's after it's like a little cherry on top just because it's like such a. It's so, yeah, everything about it is so special and stuff like that. So, you know, honestly, just happy 2 years of Smash. It's been a wild run and stuff. But yeah, and you know, we're 3 days away from the Game Awards, right? And the Game Awards, obviously known to have the first Smash character reveal. The Game Awards also is known for having Nintendo there in general. It's been, 2 months now since Steve was revealed. And yes, so there is a chance. And obviously there's rumors and stuff going on, whatever, that we might get a Smash character announced at the Game Awards. You know where it all started. What do you think could happen here? It's a very, because let's think about it, right? So we've had right in past two, we've had a first party with Min. We've had an internet breaker with Steve, right? We've gotten we got. Bomberman deconfirmed because he's back to a costume. We got Heihachi deconfirmed because he got relegated back to a costume. And
no
yeah,
Travis,
what do you
no
think?
Travis.
No Travis. Travis is finally, the Travis dream is dead. So what do you think could be one of the next gear? What do you think could be shown here? What do you think?
Well, you know, again,
we speculate a bit.
You know, it's always never get your hopes up too high for
Game
Awards.
Sure.
You know, everything that happened with Joker was just like a fluke that will probably likely never happen again. But I think I don't think it's outside the realm of possibilities for a very short teaser at the very, very least, because
I think so, honestly.
I
character,
even if it's a very, very short teaser, and they'll be like, okay, well, the full trailer will come out in January or blah blah blah. You know what
exactly.
I mean? Like, I think that's certainly possible, because I feel like this year's been very slow, and we're not this would be like the good halfway point to bridge into next year. So I think if we did get a relevant trailer, I don't know. It's hard because there's no rhyme or reason, to how the pass works. Like, people think, oh, this has to up Steve. It doesn't, because, that's how Violet happened. So I honestly think that I think Crash, it makes sense. I think Crash makes sense because Crash 4 came out. I feel like he's more relevant now than ever. I know a lot of people are still hyped for Dante, and, 5 Special Edition did come out. So again, like, if you think about in terms of requested characters and also like characters that had recent releases to promote alongside Smash, I feel like Dante and Crash do sort of make sense right now,
Yeah, well, especially because what they could do for Crash is they could finally announce when the Crash 4 port for Switch
is coming out, because it is going to come. We do know that.
Yeah, we know
will
it's
be coming
data
to
mined.
other platforms, right?
Yeah, it's on Xbox and PS4 now, so it's a matter of getting it on PC and Switch, which Activision always does. They just wait a few months.
Yeah, it's a
timed
timed exclusive. They did that with Insane Trilogy too. So.
Yeah, Crush. I've seen a lot of people. I know a lot of them are joking, but like some people really, for some reason, think Jonesy is coming to Smash just because of how much they're fucking talking about that for Game Awards, and I don't think so. I think that is just more like marketing for other stuff that's gonna happen for Fortnite at the Game Awards.
Fortnite has done crazy marketing stuff. I mean, again, if you remember like the whole like reveal of the new map where it was like all black and people were all like, "Oh my god, what's going on with Fortnite? This is crazy." Like I remember when that happened. I also they've had a lot of tie-ins with like, DC and stuff going on and Marvel recently. So like, Fortnite knows its marketing and they know how to create a buzz. I don't feel like it's a guarantee, like, super likely for Smash now because, like, again, Smash stays super quiet. So it's not like we'd ever have any definitive idea if that would be happening in the first place. But
exactly, I know. If anything, I think because they've been doing a lot of teasing for what they're going to show for Fortnite at the Game Awards. I think that proves it's not, because Nintendo is super tight-lipped about no one is allowed to tease anything before a character is revealed or anything.
Yeah, that's very, very true. That's very true,
Yeah, they would not let that pass by in any way. They like to keep it completely secret. Yeah, like, I'm thinking, so it could be Crash, which, again, would be a massive moment. That's, like, one of the few platformer icons that's missing from the game. It could be Dante. Like you said, we had Special Edition, and obviously Capcom is very tight with Nintendo. They've got Monster. I mean, I could even see a Monster Hunter. We've got Monster Hunter Rise coming.
Oh, Monster Hunter, like the pro tag from Monster Hunter Rise. That would make total sense. We already have Rathalos in Ultimate. So that makes total sense. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, and again, obviously, exactly.
Because Rise is a Switch exclusive, right? I think.
Yeah, it is. It's a Switch exclusive, so that's kind of
that makes a lot.
That's kind of a big deal. Yeah. In general, like Capcom just like loves Nintendo. They've got Mega Man in there. They've got Ryu. They've got Ken. And it's like, that could be one. I could see. Again, I know Sora speculation is very difficult because we're just not sure. But it's not impossible. I mean, he's one of the most requested ones. They could do Lloyd. They've got Tales of Arise coming. Obviously, has nothing to do with it. But, I mean, Lloyd's a character that, Bandai obviously working with Nintendo. They have that game on Switch. And he is an important character to Japan. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, Doomslayer. I think that rumor's kind of dead.
Didn't they just announce the release date for Doom Eternal on Switch?
Yeah, I think it's tomorrow. Actually.
Yeah, so interesting. Yeah, I mean, that could tie in. Again, I think when you're thinking in terms of Game Awards and Smash reveals, like, I feel like it just makes the most sense to have it, like, relevant to something that's going to be upcoming to promote, I think, like, because it keeps people's mind relevant. I mean, again, like, Smash isn't purely relevancy, but I feel like there is a big marketing aspect to it that people kind of sort of overlook sometimes. And I feel like in this particular one, I feel like a character at the Game Awards would be tied into something relevant that they could promote and market,
Exactly. Well, not just that. I feel like the Game Awards, you want to promote a character that a lot of people that are watching that, which is very primarily Western, are gonna be into. You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like this, as much as I want him, like, I feel like the Game Awards isn't the place where you'd show a character like Rex, right? Where like most people watch it will be like,
a relatively obscure character that the main audience won't know because they're gonna be like, who?
Exactly. Yeah, you want something that's either a first party that people know, or a third party that's at least like known to a decent amount of people, being, oh shit, that guy's coming. Okay, that person's coming. Like, that's awesome. Yeah, I think my best guess would be Dante. Like, I think this would be Dante's time. Again, it's been we have not had when you think about it, like, in past one we had a Square character. We have yet to have a Capcom character in, and I have a feeling there's no way this entire pass goes down without Dante. Another one, obviously, is, what's his name? The one that was rumored early on, the dude from Koei. What's his name? The ninja?
Ryu Hayabusa,
Ryu.
the ninja guy.
Ryu Hayabusa.
And we know Nintendo's super buddy with Tecmo right now because of Age of Calamity. And also, that was another thing. I personally always love the school of thought that we haven't had a new Zelda character in a while. And Age of Calamity and Breath of the Wild 2 are due, or well, Age of Calamity came out. Breath of the Wild 2, we don't know about, but we could get news on it relatively soon. I feel like it's weird that we have not had any new Zelda characters and nothing to tie in with either of those. And
Since
I feel like,
Brawl, right?
I feel like it's just, I feel like at this point, there's got to be something on this pass that's Zelda. Like, it doesn't make any sense to pass that up, you know?
Yeah, honestly, like, I really do think that's insane that we have not had a new... Like, and even then, like, in Brawl, we got Toon Link. Like, that, it's, like, wait, yeah, Zelda was in Melee. Yeah, no, it's like, we fucking haven't had a new character, really, since the Melee days, you know? It's like, and that's insane. Zelda's one of your biggest, most iconic franchises. Like, I feel like, to me, like,
and Hyrule Warriors, not even just Age of Calamity, Hyrule Warriors proved that you could pull really wacky characters from Zelda and make them work in, like, you know, a combat setting. Not specifically quote unquote fighting it, but combat at least. You have a lot of inspiration for what they can do for moves. Like, I don't know, you know? I feel like Breath of the Wild Impa just makes too much sense. She's a ninja with cool tech, and she has jutsu and shadow clones, and she represents Breath of the Wild, but she's also a legacy character of Impa. Like, it just makes sense, man.
Yeah, dude, come on. Like, yeah, I think to me, it would be smart if they were going to add a Zelda rep to add one from Age of Calamity, because that way, Koei Tecmo technically gets a rep because their character style gets in, and we get a Zelda rep. So it's like a win-win on both of those ends, you know what I mean? And it's like,
because you
I don't know, I think they could get
Muso is a genre that technically isn't in Smash, you know, off the top of my head. I don't think there's anyone from a Muso game, because you have like Dynasty Warriors,
not a single person.
You know, blah blah blah, and people like that series. Honestly, Dynasty Warriors makes perfect sense. That's actually something I hadn't even thought about until now. But yeah, you know, something like that in that regard would make sense, you know?
Yeah, no, it's obviously, yeah. No, I think there's obviously we could speculate forever, but I think that's kind of the ballpark we're in. If anything, it would be real to me. Like, the big shock would be if one of the ones we just predicted didn't happen and it was someone else. Like, I don't know.
I mean, that could happen though. Like, we just don't know what's going on.
Of course. Again, for all we know, they finally add the dude from Skyrim, right? They add the fucking Disgaea character. They add some fucking person that we're all like, what the or Rayman. You know, I'm definitely excited and scared at the same time. That's why I just can't wait to see if it happens. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, either way, like I said, like, it's honestly, a new character is gonna be either Game Awards or January by this point. Like, we're nearing there, so it's even if it's not at the Game Awards, it's good to speculate for the next one. Either way, but yeah, that's kind of it on that. And so, again, happy 2-year anniversary of Smash Ultimate. It's kind of crazy if you think about it. Like, year 3, unless there's some secret third pass, it might be the final hype cycle year for Smash Ultimate. So, kind of crazy.
And to look past the beyond, I think the game has a great future. And honestly, at that point, I can only hope that if we get our final character on the Fighter Pass 2 and they're like, that's it, we had a great time, and I can only hope that they keep adding, they keep supporting it in smaller ways. Like, we get an occasional patch. Exactly. We get new spirits every so often. I think spirits is one of the smartest things, because that's very minimal, like, way to represent a series, and also just keeps a fun way to return to the game. You know, even if it's just for a little bit, it keeps it in your head. You know. Did you
just realize we haven't gotten random new spirits in a while? What the fuck? I just noticed that.
Yeah. When was there was Paper Mario? There was Origami King spirits not too long ago, right?
Yeah, but I think that's
aside from I think. That's crazy.
It's been a while,
because again, we have so much on this past left, and usually those like we got randomly Resident Evil spirits. Like, they've been, like, you know what I mean, like that one time.
Yeah.
So, but they've been,
that's what I'm saying. It's weird.
Like, not even Age of Calamity has had a spirit event.
Yeah, that's actually really weird. I just noticed we haven't gotten a new one in a while. That's kind of weird. Okay.
Because I feel like at that point, that just means that they have some really big things for the rest of the Fighters Pass if they aren't just adding random spirits from random big third-party franchises like they did in the past, you know?
That's wild. I guess we'll find out. We'll see what happens there. But I was gonna say, yeah, like I hope they support it in smaller ways like that. And again, I really, dude, they have to do this. When the last characters drop, they gotta redo the Everyone Is Here trailer and just do it again, but it's like with all the DLC characters and everything. Oh
man, that'd be
awesome.
I really hope that's how the last character goes out. Is if they do like a new version of that trailer, you know?
Yeah, Everyone Is Here, and like I would love if they do a thing where like that mural is empty and they just like pop in every single character in it, and it just looks insane. And then it really is Everyone Is Here, and that would be. And I can't wait for somebody to make that a print so I can fucking hang that in my room, please.
Yeah, for sure.
Need it for sure. But yeah, so let's see. Let's hope for another future. Can't wait for another year and all this stuff. It's gonna be good stuff. So guys, let us know what you guys think about Smash 2 years later. Let us know your speculation for the next characters, what they can improve for the future, and all that stuff in the comments. I'm one of your hosts on the download though, Games Cage. You know what it is on Twitter, Twitch, all that stuff. You can follow Ultima at UltimaShadowX. And yeah, that's it. That's all. So thank you all for watching. I will see you all next time. Hopefully, by next episode, we have a new character to be excited about.
Fingers crossed.
See you all next time.
Fingers crossed.
Peace out.
Peace out.